Hello, friends. Welcome back to another episode of Sip and Spiral with Em Larnz.
Yes. Hello,
Yep,
darling.
she's
I'm here.
you
I'm
there,
here,
love?
dangling by a thread. Yes, darling. All hunky dory. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. As per usual, it's hot over here. I probably could have chosen a cooler drink, but I've got a coffee because it's that time of day, Del.
Can you guess what I've got? I'll give you 5 guesses.
Oh, hang on. Just let me really think hard. It's not decaf tea, is it, Del?
Yes, darling. It's the decaf tea once again. But you know what? It's a beautiful
Mm.
Tetley tea, and it fulfills the need of that feeling of warmth.
Yeah, and it's not bad because it's got no caffeine in it, so you can just keep going. You can just keep chucking the bags in. Today's episode is about adulting,
Yes,
whichever way you want
adulting.
to say that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
adulting probably, isn't it? Something like that. Yes.
Is it a scam? You know, you just can't wait to grow up and be an adult, and then you get to adulthood and you're like, take it back, take it back.
Take me back to simpler times. It's shocking. Honestly, the amount of times where I've said to myself, oh, I can't wait to be an adult because then I get to stay up late and not have a bedtime. Well, that's the
Mm-hmm.
least of the problems here. Honestly, take me back to the good old 7:30 fat cat saying goodnight to me. I'll take that any day over being an adult at this point. If that was the extent of my worry of when to go to bed, I tell you.
I mean, especially in Australia, you can drink at 18, you can vote at 18, but you're not really given the respect of being an adult at 18. So you're in a bit of a limbo land for a while there, aren't you?
Yeah,
And
absolutely
do you really,
limbo.
do
Yeah.
we even still know what we're doing? Like, I mean, people go, oh,
No.
what are you going to do when you finish school? And you're like, well, I don't know.
Mm.
What do you want to do? And adults break down. I don't know, Johnny. I don't know what I want to do.
Well,
My life's a mess.
well, that's the thing as well, is,
Mm.
how is a child, because let's face it, when we're 17 and stuff in high school and we have to make a decision of what do I want to be, what do I want to do in my life, that's a big decision and you're still a child. So this is a child here making this huge decision of what they're going to do with their adult life. And that's huge. Huge choice. And,
And
most of the
it's
time
not
we
appropriate.
get it wrong. No, I don't think we're sort of designed at that age to be thinking of what I want to be, because it's too much pressure. I felt so much pressure trying to figure out what in the world I want to be, and I still didn't know what I wanted to
Exactly.
be. And you just go for it.
No. And there's a famous rock and roll song that talks about sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And I mean, it's not unusual to be thinking about those sorts of things when you're a teenager. That's appropriate age to be thinking about that. Unfortunately, some adults never let that theory go and they still concentrate on those things. Anyway, let's not go there. But I just think
Yeah,
it is a
no.
lot for a young person. It's a lot for a young person. It's a lot for an adult. We're adults. Let's say you go get a degree, for example, and you dedicate so much of your life towards that practice. And then one day you wake up and you're like, do I really want to do this anymore? And you feel a bit stuck.
Oh,
Right?
yes. Stuck is the big word there, for sure. Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Definitely.
And I think that is what they never taught us at school. I think that is something they could spend a little bit more time maybe telling us that it's okay not to know
Absolutely.
what to do, and that there's a job for everybody. And a job can, there's some old school sayings around just over broke. That's what job means, right? But there is something for everybody. And
That's
if,
funny.
yeah, you get that one? Mum joke,
Yeah,
that one.
gotcha.
But every job to me is really important. Without all of the people doing all the things that we do, the world wouldn't turn as smoothly as it does, even when it's in chaos, So I think it's okay
Absolutely.
to also go do whatever makes you happy. And if bringing in some money for that period of time is what's making you happy so you can live a little bit, then I take no issue. I really don't,
Yep, exactly. And, we are creative, aren't we? We're creative beings, and it's really important in some form to also be able to have that creative outlet. And I find that when you're a child, you're able to explore and do all of these things. But when you're an adult, it's like there's an expectation that, right, we're out of kid mode now. We're not doing this, we're not doing that. We have to focus on life, finances, relationships, da-da-da. Whereas when you were a child, it was just so simple. I miss that simplicity. I really do. But back then, all you wanted to be was an adult, to grow up and be able to drive a car and do this and that. Yeah, that's great. But at the end of the day, being an adult's exhausting. I mean, I don't know if our viewers think the same thing, but I tell you, it's exhausting.
Did you have a job or a career or, an idea of when you were a kid? Did you have even a fantasy of what you thought you were going to be when you got older?
Oh, when I was young, I had this urge to be a ballerina. Now, I know that's really far-fetched and in some fairy tale land with someone like me to be a ballerina, but, we can always just try and dream. But moving away from that, as I got a little bit older, I always wanted to be an actress, always. Just loved it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was that sort of thing. I was at a crossroads. Again, when I was a 17, when I was a child, thinking, what do I do? Do I go and do theatre and perform and enjoy and all of that? Or do I go and be a teacher and, hopefully change lives and have that rewarding feeling attached to it? And also, which one would be more financially smart? And so I went with teaching, but I've always wanted to be an actress. I think it's fab. Creative, it's fun. What about you? What did you want to be?
Well, look, I want to be 1,000 things. I still do. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely, when you know me. So you know that in one sentence I could tell you I'd like to do one thing and then another 4 things have emerged at the end of it. Look, I will tell you a funny story. Yeah, well, there was a lot of things that I wanted to be. I never wanted to be a famous musician, but everyone always encouraged me to be a musician. I love being a musician, but I never wanted to be in the limelight. It's interesting, isn't it? I got a lot of joy out of being an expressive therapist and teaching people music. I really, really got a lot of, that was where my cup was filled. But a funny story that may not be funny to anyone but me, and I say funny because I laugh through the tears. I had people tell me all the time, okay? I remember this one particular party I went to as a teenager, and there was this really hot guy. I had the hots for him. He was looking at me lovingly, and he was telling me all his stories, and I was thinking, like his heartbreak, and it went on. And he grabbed my hand, and he looked at me, and I went, yep, this is it. He's gonna come in for a pash. This is amazing. This is going to be great. I think I was about 15 maybe, and he leant towards me and he goes, you should be a counsellor.
Wow,
I was devastated.
Wasn't that romantic?
I was devastated. And I remember thinking, here I was almost puckering up. It was, it could have been tragic, but I remember I was so resentful. Everyone always used to say it to me too. I used to get you should be a counsellor, you should be a counsellor. And I used to think, honestly, no, I don't want to do it. Anyway, segue.
Yeah, just out of spite. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Not doing it, but then turns out I guess I was pretty good at it. I don't know, but here we are 18 years later. So if you're out there, I still feel ripped off with the pash. I don't know if you know who you are. Yeah, anyway, that's a story.
Who knows? Maybe they'll pucker up later, darling. Who knows?
Yeah, but I thought about being Dr. Dolittle because I thought that was actually an option, that there was a way that the animals could talk to me. I thought for sure that was a real thing at one period of my life.
Dr. Dolittle or an Ace Ventura?
Yeah, it probably would have gone more like an Ace Ventura, but Dr. Dolittle was where I was headed. Yeah, and the list went on, really, love. Yeah. It went on. I won't tell you about some of the things I've thought about as an adult, another way to make money, but that's just, again, what in the world, Alana? What in the world? Calm down.
Yeah, we'll settle. No.
Calm down.
Well, honestly, I sometimes feel that as an adult, I feel like I have 1,000 tabs open at once in my brain. I feel like when you're a child, you have a single tab or a couple of tabs. Play, eat, sleep, repeat. Whereas with adults, it's bills here, car service here, work over there, relationship here, pet over there, child over there, chores over there. It's just, there's just so many tabs in the brain that if I was Google, I'd be very, very slow with the wheel of death just going round and round because I can't keep my thoughts together. There's just too much.
And they do talk about this. There's a study that talks about compartmentalizing and the ability that some can do that a little bit better than others. Women, for example, this particular TED talk, it was talking about boxes being open. So you've got all these boxes and all the boxes have got what you're talking about. You're calling them tabs, but this was like a box situation. So you got the kids in one box and a woman or a man, but I'll just go with women's experiences. That's what I'm most familiar with. You're sitting there, you're cooking dinner on the stove then you've got little Johnny coming up with an issue that they need to talk about. The dog's running in between everybody. You've got the washing machine dinging in the laundry to let you know it's time to hang it out.
Yeah.
The husband walks in,
It's just
or the
chaos.
partner, the wife, whoever that is, and they need some attention because they've just had some day. And it just goes on and on, okay?
It's chaos.
Then
it just keeps
you
going.
hear stories about other people who have the ability to open up, let's say, a cricket box. And so they're watching the TV, watching cricket, and that's the only box that's open. There's no other boxes open because those boxes aren't open right now. It's just a cricket box that's open. And we concentrate on the cricket.
I'd give anything for one tab. Oh.
That'd be great, eh? Where you can just like delete all and just let the one tab.
Close all tabs.
One tab.
Exactly. Close all tabs. I don't know about you as well, but being an adult, I feel like I'm just Googling everything. You know, like, what is this? What causes this? Like, if I want advice, ChatGPT is our boyfriend, basically, isn't it, love? You know, it's that sort of thing where we're constantly seeking answers about things. I'm a hypochondriac, for example. You know this, Lance, but viewers might not. But I'm a hypochondriac, so Google and ChatGPT can be my friend but enemy at the same time, because if I'm wanting reassurance from ChatGPT, you know, if I've got lung cancer or something like that, if I say I've got chest pain, he'll support that and he'll say I do have it, and then I'll spiral out of control. But this is the problem. I feel like we utilize Google so much to the point where it replaces things. It gives you the answer that maybe you want to hear, an answer that you don't want to hear, and then you spiral about that. So it's a 50-50 chance as to whether they will help you or hinder you. And I feel like as an adult, just Googling just simple things like how to get rid of stainless steel rust, you know what I mean? Just silly things like that. We use it for everything. You know, that's just an example
we do.
The other day.
I'd love to see your searches, to be quite honest with you. Imagine they'd be very interesting. And I'm really going to get you to stay away from Dr. Google, please. I've told you about this in my industry. The amount of reassurance that we have to give people who've been Dr. Googling.
It's a real problem in this world. It really is. It's very addictive because you're constantly seeking that reassurance of, am I okay? And if it tells you yay or nay, you either go, oh, all right, so it's all good. I'm all good. I'll survive another day. Or, oh my gosh, I'm dying and I need to go within 24 hours to get an appointment here because I'm spiraling out of hand here.
When I was a kid, my grandfather used to have a office space with like a library section in it, and he would have the medical dictionary because Google wasn't around when I was a child. I would like to see how you may have had interactions there, because you might be panicked when you first started reading, but by the end of it, you will be exhausted because each medical dictionary points you into another 7 textbooks to understand what a headache is. You'd be exhausted and put yourself to bed before that, but Google's right at your fingertips, isn't it? It's right there.
Exactly. We've got a computer in our hands every day. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's not just an adult problem. Kids are able to do that too. Lord knows what they're looking up, but it would be very, very overwhelming, I imagine. But let's segue into what in the world, our news segment. When you go to get a bunch of lovely greens for a little bit of side salad, and there's a tiny little green tree frog in there. Well, it's coming from your way. It was found in Western Australia.
Oh, you're kidding. Yeah, only in WA, darling.
No, did you not see it?
No.
I thought it was an AI scam. I thought it was a joke.
Really?
There was a tiny little frog inside a sealed bag. It survived the entire trip.
The entire trip. Poor little love. I hope it's got oxygen in there, for goodness sakes. Mind you, got a free holiday. Got a free holiday, love. It's turned up to a new destination, gets to live a new life.
I dare say they had to hand that frog in.
You know, put him in a lovely little swamp lake and he could enjoy life, you know, in WA.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? There's lots to love in WA. What a sweet story, though. So I've come across a really unusual story, but not in Australia, but in the UK, Lance. It was quite funny. Well, it's not funny. It's quite dangerous, really, but the photo looked funny, all right? So there was this person in the UK with this little car, like a little Suzuki, something so small. And they were driving and they had an unstable load on their roof of their car. And you wouldn't guess what it was. It was a soccer goal net, a big long soccer goal net slapped on the roof. It's driving away, just laid down by a piece of string, Please come from behind and say, excuse me, what on earth is going on here? Why are you driving with goals on your roof? So then they got into trouble, but they only got fined 3 demerit points. And I'm thinking, you know what? That could have been an absolute disaster. If those little support things had broken, all the cars would have gone through the goal. Who knows what would have happened, love? It could have been an absolute disaster. But it's like, where's the brain cells there? It's that sort of thing when you see on the freeway and there's people that have these huge Super King mattresses on a little Hyundai i20. And I'm like, how is this going to work here?
It is quite funny. It's a bit of a Mr. Bean moment, to be fair. There's so many questions.
Yeah, but it got the blood pressure up a bit, I must admit, looking at the photo, thinking, oh my gosh, could have been an absolute tragedy. But anyway, that's our What in the World. Please make sure you follow our Instagram page, Sip Spiral Pod, just to see some updates and upcoming episodes. Thanks, Larnz, and thank you, everyone.